thought I would do a little video about what I've just discovered yesterday, that my mum has terminal cancer. And oh my God, was that a lot to process. I'm not sure how I feel. Of course, I feel devastated and very, very confused. And there's all kinds of emotions going in and out. And there's a lot to process. Lots and lots to process. So, I'm out today in the forest. And it's a really beautiful day. And what I just have to hold on to is the day that I am living, and the day that I have right now, and the gift that is, and the relationships that I have. It's really difficult because it's hard to think about what other people are going through. We all process grief in very different ways. So you've got to do what feels right for you. And for me, it's simply being with myself at the moment. I feel like I don't want to be around lots of people. I'm still teaching. I still work as a well-being practitioner, and I'm also a Kundalini yoga teacher. And it's keeps me grounded. Helps me focus on the here and now, which is important. There are moments where I drifting is I regularly drift, and I go back to memories. You see, for me, I don't live with my mum. I keep in touch with my family twice a week through Zoom maybe, or WhatsApp mostly, sending messages. I've lived in the UK for, I would say, 20 plus years, and I've lived here for quite some time. So my life is here now, and there's a lot of guilt relating to having to be back on Borneo, which is where my parents are. My mum's actually British, so I'm not in Scotland because she's actually from Scotland. She's Scottish-Irish, so I'm not actually in Scotland, but I'm in the UK. I'm in England, and that's where my work is. That's where my life is. I've been living here for a long time. I grew up in Malaysia, but then I moved to the UK to study, and then I just ended up staying here and living here. But I go back regularly for holidays. I go back, I try to make it back once a year, but it's very, very expensive. But interestingly, I managed to get flights, interestingly, before I knew about any of this, in November. I'm flying back in November. So that's quite divine timing. Interesting how that's happened, because I didn't know about the cancer when I booked the tickets. My mum always had an autoimmune condition. She's got fibromyalgia. There was no signs of her having cancer, but I reckon she's probably had cancer for quite some time, because her spine has been slowly getting worse and worse, and she had this spinal injection of cement put in her spine, and ever since that's happened, it's like her life has gone downhill. Her health has gone downhill. And when they did the scan recently, they did an MRI scan, and they found that, not through the MRI scan, but in the process of getting an MRI scan, the nurse accidentally bumped her breast and found a lump. So she had a biopsy, and the biopsy came back as having cancer cells pretty much metastasizing everywhere, and now on her liver as well. So yeah, it's definitely terminal, which is part of me is thinking, well, she's suffered a long time in life already. She has suffered a lot of pain. which I always put it down to fibromyalgia and her asthma and a lot of other pains and aches and pains. My mum's never been very, very active when I was younger. When I was living back in Malaysia, she wasn't very active. I mean, she burnt out, I think, because she used to run this bakery. She used to do catering service, and she used to do a lot of baking, and she took it all on herself. She never she gave us jobs to do, but she did, she was really hard on herself. And I think there's a massive amount of people pleasing and, looking at the chakra system, which is what I study. Her chakras are massively blocked, and like, my mum has a different way of looking at things, and she never really accepted the work that I do, which is I'm a yoga teacher and I see things holistically, and she comes from a nursing background, so she sees things by the Western medicine, which is okay. So if this is the problem, then let's solve it by giving it medicine, and medicine isn't the best thing. It's really, from what I'm learning and from my own experiences and seeing other people around me, it's lifestyle, holistic way of living, and yeah, that sort of thing, gradual changes that we make. So anyway, back to how I'm feeling and what I'm doing. I'm making an effort to do a daily walk. I don't normally do a daily walk. I usually go to the yoga studio that I teach my class. I do a lot of workouts at home. Yeah, I do a lot of yoga, meditation. So yeah, that's it. Just trying to think. I'm seeing dialogues coming up, and I'm a bit confused as to why miniskirts have got anything to do with what I'm saying. Ella or Katie, that's a very interesting point you're making, and I'm not sure how that's got anything to do with cancer. Oh, thank you for making me laugh anyway. It's hilarious. Yeah, awesome. Well, I'm glad that you enjoy wearing no underwear in miniskirts. That's great. Good for you. Awesome. But yeah, it's very funny when you look at the dialogue coming up on the live feed. It's like there's all kinds of stuff that people put up which has got nothing to do with what you're talking about, and you think, what is that all about exactly? But maybe I live in a different dimension and I don't understand. I often put it down to my autistic brain sometimes. Yeah, I usually think that a subject that you're talking about is what should be relevant. Yeah. Anyway, this is a very new thing for me, so I'm quite new at doing a live feed, so I'm grateful that people are coming up and saying stuff, but it's I'm not sure, Ella or Katie, what are you trying to talk about, and is it really relevant? I'm sorry, it did make me chuckle, but thank you. Yeah, okay, so how am I feeling today? Yeah, one day at a time. I'm obviously going back to Malaysia, going back to Borneo, and I am going to see my mum, and yeah, just see how things are there. Yeah, anyway, thank you for listening to me, and wishing you all so much love, and you know what, Ella or Katie, I'm very happy for you. If that's what you find the best thing in life, then go for it. Yeah, okay, I'm going to end it here. All these are confusing me anyway. Okay, take care, bye.